Today, September 29th, we celebrate the feast of Angels Michael, Gabriel, and Raphael, Archangels, the only three angels presented by name in Holy Scripture. The Hebrew Bible uses the word malach, which means messenger, for an angel. They are God's messengers to perform certain messages, certain missions. Daniel is the first biblical figure to refer to individuals by name in the Old Testament, and thus there is speculation that Jewish special interest in angels developed during the Babylonian captivity. The term archangel, referring to a chief or ruling angel, occurs twice in the New Testament, in the book of Jude and in Paul's first letter to the Thessalonians. In the Catholic vocabulary, it has two meanings. In the wider sense, an archangel is an angel of higher rank. More strictly, archangels are those angelic spirits who belong to the eighth of 9 choirs of angels. As distinct from our guardian angels, whose separate feast we will celebrate on October the 2nd, archangels are messengers of God to humanity in matters of greater significance. Thus, St. Michael is the leader of the heavenly hosts who fought and won against the rebellious spirits. Gabriel was the angel of the Annunciation to Mary. Raphael delivered the wife of Tobias from demonic obsession, and traditionally is identified with the angel who moved the waters of the pool where Christ worked his miracle, as we read in the Gospel of John. In the book of Daniel, Michael is identified as the guardian and protector of the people of Israel. According to the book of Jude, Michael, and the Hebrew meaning is who is like God, conducted warfare with the devil. And in Revelation, he and his angels fight the dragon and hurl him and his followers from heaven. He is venerated as the head of the heavenly armies and as patron saint of soldiers. His will is entirely driven towards accomplishing goodness. As protector of souls, Michael uses the sword against the poisonous aspirations of the devil. He is also believed to protect Christians against the devil, especially at the hour of death, and lead their souls to God. He is often depicted with a spear attacking Lucifer, Satan, the devil. And Pope St. John Paul II said, quote, "The battle against the devil is the principal task of St. Michael the Archangel," unquote. It was St. Michael's statue that apparently was the key to overcoming possession by demons of the young boy who actually was the basis of the film, The Exorcist, rather than the girl shown in the film. The Archangel's most famous shrine is Mont Saint-Michel in Normandy, where Benedictine Abbey was founded in the 10th century. He is also patron saint of Germany, England, Papua New Guinea, the sick, radiologists, grocers, mariners, police officers, paratroopers, and cemeteries. Now, the Archangel Gabriel, the Hebrew meaning is might of God, is portrayed in the Old Testament as an instrument of revelation, for example, in the book of Daniel. And he is one of those who stand in the presence of God. And Gabriel is sent to announce the birth of John the Baptist to Zechariah in the first part of the first chapter of Luke's Gospel. And then in the second part, Gabriel is there to announce the conception of Jesus to Mary, having addressed the Blessed Virgin in the memorable words, "Hail, full of grace, the Lord is with you." And here Gabriel is announcing the coming of the Lord of power, And this scene is beautifully presented in the mosaic above the north entrance to the Mary Chapel in our cathedral. And a mosaic depicting this Annunciation in the Basilica of St. Mary Major in Rome is the oldest known representation of an angel with feet and 2 wings. In 1951, Pope Pius XII declared Gabriel to be patron saint of those engaged in telecommunications. He is also patron saint of Argentina, messengers, diplomats, postal employees, and stamp collectors. Raphael, in the Hebrew meaning is God heals, is one of the 7 archangels, who stand before the Lord, as we find in the book of Tobit. Raphael is often pictured carrying a fish with which he healed the blindness of the son of, the blindness of Tobit. And Raphael has also provided Sarah with Tobias, the son of Tobit, as a husband. And the beautiful prayer of Sarah and Tobias is often selected as a reading at weddings. He is God's messenger who hears people's prayers and brings them before God. His popularity developed later than Michael and Raphael, and Gabriel rather, and he is considered to be the patron saint of travelers, and he is also patron saint of physicians, nurses, lovers, health inspectors, and the sightless. Some faiths have identified a group of archangels, but the named angels vary depending on the source. While Michael, Gabriel, and Raphael are always mentioned, the other most commonly included is Uriel. And we find his name in the second book of Esdras. And that was a book popular in the West, frequently by the church fathers, especially Ambrose. It was never considered part of the biblical canon, however. Uriel is considered an archangel in the Eastern Orthodox tradition, as well as by Anglicans and Methodists. The name means God is my light, and Uriel is depicted often holding a sword in the right hand and a flame in the left, as here in the angel altar. Tradition has Uriel being the one who warned Noah of the approaching flood. The question may arise, how come the 3 archangels, Michael, Gabriel, and Raphael, are also considered as saints? The word saint means holy, and thus all God's holy angels are saints in a way. However, only these 3, Michael, Gabriel, and Raphael, are specifically called saints. Already the early church venerated these 3 angels as such, gave them honor, and asked for their intercession. Over time and practice, the 3 have become recognized as saints. They were never formally canonized and wouldn't have been in need of such, given their status as unique angelic persons. One sign of their recognition as a saint is that churches for centuries have been dedicated to their patronage. And so even here in the Washington Archdiocese, we have St. Michael's Church in Silver Spring, St. Gabriel's in Northeast Washington, and St. Raphael in Rockville. And so today, their feast day, we ask Michael, Gabriel, and Raphael to guide and guide us in these challenging times.